you guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. It is your boy Tornadoes, man, and I am back with a brand new video. Today is the day that we finally go over the recap of the 2025 tornado season. This is Tornadoes of 2025, and if you look through all of my other previous videos, you will notice and see that I have only done tornadoes of 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I have done 2021, 2022, 2023, so I skipped over tornadoes of 2024 because in my opinion I felt like the 2024 season was one of the worst seasons in my opinion, so that is the current main reason I skipped over tornadoes of 2024. So I bring you tornadoes of 2025. Let's get into the article. Okay. This page documents notable tornadoes and tornado outbreaks worldwide 2025. Strong and destructive tornadoes form most frequently in the United States, China, the Pampas, the European Plain, South Africa, Bengal, but they can occur almost anywhere under the right conditions. Tornadoes also develop seasonally in southern Canada during the Northern Hemisphere's summer and somewhat regularly at other times of the year across Europe, Asia, Australia. Tornadic events are often accompanied by other forms of severe weather, including strong thunderstorms, winds, and hail. Worldwide, at least 105 tornadoes-related deaths have been confirmed, 86 in the United States, 12 in Vietnam, 7 in Brazil, 4 each in China, Spain, and Uganda, 2 in the Philippines, and 1 each in France, Japan, Portugal, and Turkey. So I will let my AI read this one I'll let my AI read this one.
In the United States, the first 2 months of the year started off slightly below average, with scattered to minor activity. A major increase in activity occurred beginning in March as the synoptic pattern became much more favorable for tornado outbreaks, with the largest outbreak on record for the month of March occurring mid-month. Significant and damaging outbreaks continued in the months of April and May, while June featured the first EF5 tornado since the 2013 Moore tornado, which occurred near Enderlin, North Dakota on June 20th. In contrast, 2025 had a significantly inactive late season, with 172 tornadoes touching down from August to December compared to 1,106 from March to June. This was due to multiple Arctic blasts bringing very cold, unsuitable air, and the fact that no hurricanes made landfall in the United States during the hurricane season. 2025 also featured the most violent tornadoes in a year since 2013, with 8 tornadoes worldwide receiving a rating of EF4 or higher. 6 of these tornadoes occurred in the United States, and 2 in Brazil.
Alright, so let's go into fatal United States tornadoes in 2025. Let's check out the February 6th event. Tennessee. Alright, here is the list of United States tornadoes from January to March 2025. So here's one EF2. So that's one EF2. Here's another EF2 north of Brooksville. Here's the February events. This is the February 6th event. Here's another EF2. And another. And another EF2. Here's an EF3. Another EF2. There's another EF2. Most of these storms are EF1s. And here's another EF2. Another EF2. Another EF2. A EF3. A EF2. Here's another EF3 right here, and here's an EF4. A EF2, EF2, EF3, EF2. This is Old Jamestown, Missouri. A EF3, another EF2, a EF3, another EF3, 2 EF2s, another EF3, and here's an EF4. Here's 2 more EF2s, a EF3, 2 more EF2s, 2 more EF2s, then about 4 more EF2s, then another EF2. Here's another EF2. Another one. Another one. Here's an EF4. This is the Kenwood, Louisiana to Carson, Mississippi EF4. And Carson is somewhere located in Mississippi. But I think it's right out of the county of Mississippi. Yes. Carson. I'm not sure. I think. Here's an EF3. Two more EF2s, another EF2, and here's 2 more EF2s. Another one right here, another EF2, here's an EF3, another EF3, and another EF2. This is all of the events that took place. This is how many tornadoes touched down in one. So let's check out the April 3rd event, going back to Tennessee. Now, these are tornadoes that we did not notice that happened. Here is the tornado outbreak and floods of April 2nd through April 7th, 2025. Here is the Bay Lake City, Monette, Arkansas, EF3, 29 minutes. Formed April 2nd, 2025 at 6:26 p.m. Dissipated 6:55 p.m. That is 29 minutes. 0 fatalities, 8 injuries. Here is the Selmar, Purdy, Adamsville, Hookers Bend, Tennessee, EF3, formed April 3rd, 2025 at 12:34 a.m. and dissipated April 3rd, 2025 at 1:07 a.m. This tornado was mileage path was 33 minutes. 5 fatalities, 14 injuries. Here is the Sladen, Mississippi, Grand Junction, Tennessee, EF3, formed April 3rd, 2025 at 1:13 a.m. dissipated at 2:02 a.m. April 3rd, 2025, 49 minutes. 2 fatalities, 3 injuries. Oof, what a crazy event. Let's go to April 6th, Mississippi. So these are all the events that happened between April 6th and 7th. Okay. Let's go to April 19th, Oklahoma. You know, it's only certain ones that we check. So it ain't nothing really too important about Oklahoma. Let's go back up to March 15th, Louisiana, Mississippi. Oh God. Here is what we were looking for. Now, if y'all want me to drop a video on this one, y'all are going to have to seriously like and subscribe for this. This is the 2025 Kentwood Carson tornado. This tornado was formed at 12:17 p.m. in Kentwood, Louisiana. Dissipated March 15, 2025 at 1:39 p.m. in Carson, Mississippi. The destruction of this tornado was an hour, 22 minutes. This tornado was rated EF4. This tornado was rated EF4. On the enhanced Fujita scale with 170 miles per hour, 6 fatalities, 14 injuries. So yes, guys, I gotta do a video on this one. This tornado inspires me the most, more than anything. So I'm gonna have to do a video on that one. That one will probably be at the top of the list for best tornadoes of 2025. Sorry, Enderlin. I know you was an EF5, but you just got second place. Kenwood, Louisiana, Carson, Mississippi tornado gets first place. So this video, I will do this video after the hurricane video scenario. I'll do that. That's when I'll drop it. Let's go to the May 16th, Missouri, Illinois. Here is the tornado that everyone was not expecting to see, and that's a tornado hitting St. Louis. But as I have heard, St. Louis has recovered from this tornado, and they hope to not get another one. But tornadoes spawn anywhere at any given time, and you never know. This is the 2025 St. Louis, Missouri tornado that spawned at 2:39 p.m., dissipated at 3:06, lasting 27 minutes. This tornado was rated EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale with 152 miles per hour. Fatalities was 4 plus 1 non-tornadic, 38 plus 1 indirect injuries, and then there was $1.6 billion $25 US United States dollars for this tornado. So this tornado also inspires me, so we will also have to do this one as well. Let's do the May 16th, Kentucky. Here is the 2025 Somerset London tornado. And yes, I have covered a video on the Somerset tornado. If we go back into history, the 2025 Somerset. Alright. The 2025 Somerset tornado was my first episode of season 4. So the only way I would go back and do a video on the 2025 Somerset London tornado is if I am going back to cover facts from Somerset, Kentucky and London, Kentucky. That would be the only way I would go back and do a video. And that's by showing you these brief images of portions of Somerset and London, Kentucky, of how the tornado demolished and destroyed about half of the town. Here's one building from Somerset. Here's another building that was well destroyed in Somerset. Here's a well-built home that was destroyed in Somerset. Here's a home demolished from London, Kentucky. Another well-built home from London. Another well-built home from London, Kentucky. Another well-built home from London, Kentucky. And another well-built multiple homes from London, Kentucky that were destroyed. So that's the only way I would redo this video, if I would redo that video again. Let's go to May 30th, Kentucky. So not much took place in May 30th. I'll say about 7 tornadoes touched down around May 30th. Let's go to June 20th, New York. Well, here is something you wouldn't be noticed about. New York having a tornado, crazy. Here is the Clark Mills Clinton, New York EF1. It only lasted 5 minutes and demolished the home. This tornado was formed on June 22nd, 2025 at 3:58 a.m. and dissipated June 22nd, 2025 at 4:03 a.m., which is 5 minutes. 105 miles per hour, EF1 at 105. 3 fatalities, no injuries. Here is the Enderlin, Sheldon, North Dakota EF5 that we just did a video on. And here is the Sprintwood, Uganda, North Dakota EF3 that was 29 minutes, which was from 8:51 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. That is 29 minutes. Right after that, another tornado would touch down in North Dakota at 11:04 p.m., dissipating at 11:20 p.m., which was the EF5. That was the Enderlin tornado. Alright, you guys, so that is it, and we have discovered some tornadic events from 2025. That is tornadoes of 2025. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time we post a brand new video.